To start, grab the Ranger token, the sand timer, or, if you want, you can scan this here QR code and you'll get access to our free web app. Next, grab the Sheriff card. This is the front, this is the back. This is the only card that is face up throughout the entirety of the game. Then, you're going to make two decks, the main duel deck and the main bandit deck. Next, we're going to make a starter deck based on the number of players. If you have 3 players, you grab 1 Sheriff card and then 1, 2 Bandit cards. That's 3 cards total, not per player. The Bandit starter deck is to determine who will be the Sheriff, while the main Bandit and duel decks will be the decks used for the game. Distribute each card to 1 player. Then, flip the cards. Whoever has the Sheriff will keep their card. All other cards will be added back into the Bandit deck and then shuffled. If you're the Sheriff, grab the Ranger token. Remember that chart? It also tells you how many jail cards to pull. Pull the number of jail cards and then put them in the center of the table. The Sheriff starts the game by selecting a Bandit card from the top of the deck and pressing the timer. They will then act out the word on the top of the card. Whoever guesses correctly gets the Bandit card face down. They can look at it to see if it's a Bandit or an S.O.B, but at this point, only the actor and the guesser know if it's a good or bad point. As an actor, if you draw an S.O.B, your rules do not change. You still act out the word on the top of the card, and whoever guesses it, you pass it to them face down. You'll know it's an S.O.B, and they'll know it's an S.O.B. There are 2 parts to a round, the Bandit card and the Duel card. After a Bandit card is acted out, a player has the opportunity to yell Duel and stop the clock. There are 2 variations of play. If you're playing Wild Wild West, any player can call a duel after a Bandit card is acted out. If you're playing Honor Among Thieves, the person who acted out the Bandit card then has the opportunity to call Duel. No one else does. If they choose to not, the Ranger token gets passed to the next player and they will then act out the Bandit card and so on and so forth. To call a duel, a person must have 1 Bandit card. This can be an S.O.B, a Sheriff, or just a regular Bandit. And the person they challenge must also have a Bandit card. The challenger and opponent will stand side by side and look at the Bandit card at the same time. There are 2 words. The arrow points to which actor has which word. The goal is to get the crowd to guess your word first. The winner of the duel gets to steal a card from the loser. If they choose to steal the Sheriff card, they can get rid of their S.O.Bs and pass them to other players face up. If you have face up S.O.Bs, the only way to get rid of them is by becoming the Sheriff and beating them in a duel. The Sheriff can get rid of S.O.Bs at any point. Remember, past S.O.Bs are always face up. If you guess the duel correctly, grab a card from the Bandit deck. You can look at it, but don't act out the word. Pass the Ranger token to the next player and then continue the timer. The Jail Parole card is to discourage cheating. If you're caught breaking a rule, other players can put you on parole. This is just a warning, and you can still guess to try and get Bandit points, and you can still act out. However, if you break a rule again, you're then sent to jail. You cannot guess until it's your next turn to act out, and then you're free from jail and can guess all you want. At the end of the game, players will flip their cards to see how many Bandits and S.O.Bs they have. Person with the most Bandit points wins. S.O.Bs are negative points and cancel out Bandit points. To make it easier, you can stack your S.O.Bs on top of your regular Bandits. Whoever has the most points wins.